Also, I mean, look at my arms. Oh my god.
Don't be dramatic, it's only some plastic. No one will love you if you're unattractive.
And they be like, we hear this shit, we be like, to the window, to the wall.
I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't.
How does this?
I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Turn it to this!
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
This is what I looked like last year, and this is what I looked like yesterday. This is the ultimate guide for glowing the fuck up. Obviously, we need to glow up from the inside and out, but today I'm going to be talking about the things that I think made the biggest difference in the past year. Step 1. Wear sunscreen. My face was so textured and pigmented because I didn't wear sunscreen last year, but now it's just a lot more even and bright. Step 2. Start using a lash serum. For all the Asian girlies out there, use Rapid Lash. It changed my life, not sponsored. Step 3. Wash your face every night. Don't go to sleep with crusty makeup on. Even if the world feels like a washing machine at 3 a.m., at least take off your makeup. Step 4. Experiment with makeup, but usually less is more. I was my ugliest my freshman year of college when I was caking on makeup and lashes every single day. It just looks super fake and hides your youth.
I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't.
Trying to glow up in one.
I remember when I took this video, I thought, a year from now, I'm going to be so different.
I said I feel invincible. It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85.
You tryna pull up to my crib, I think you really gotta
I'm doing a 2-week journey back to beautiful. Has it already been 2 weeks? Huh.
How does
coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation.
This guy here had to glow up or glow down.
I remember when I took this video, I thought, a year from now, I'm going to be so different.
I said I'm really invincible. Hold on. It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85.
There's a reason why you haven't glowed up yet, bro. Don't you ever ask yourself why you still look ugly as fuck? Don't you ever ask yourself, yo, I'm tired of looking like this? So I'm gonna share with you 4 things that has helped me in my journey. From being an ugly fuck to not being an ugly fuck. Let's go. So starting off rip, you still dress like a little bitch in 2023. You still wear joggers, bro. And that's the issue. You know what I mean? You're too busy wiping Cheeto stains off your fucking clothes playing Warzone and 2K at night to even want to evolve your style. And then you ask yourself why you aren't getting the girls you want to get. Then you're asking yourself why people treat you differently than other people. It's starting from the way you dress. You gotta figure out clothes that fit good to the body, bro. Figure out clothes that fit well with the physique that you have. You can't wear tight ass shit if you're fat as fuck. And you can't wear baggy ass shit if you're skinny as fuck. Now, I'm not gonna lie, baggy clothes are fire. But you gotta know which type of piece you choose. That's off rip, bro. Let's move on to the next. My second piece of advice would be to have a proper hair routine. Before I had my buzz cut, I had long hair. I'll probably show up a picture of it, or you could check out my old videos. But the truth is that your hair is very unkept and it looks weird as fuck. You gotta choose a style that fits your face shape, because if you have a fat ass face, you can't rock short hair because it's gonna exude the cheeks. You know what I mean? And if you have a very long, slim, skinny face and you wear long ass hair, you're gonna look like a fucking mop, bro. So you gotta have something that fits your face shape, bro. And on top of that, right? On top of that note, you gotta know what products to choose. You can't just choose any products. You gotta know if your hair's oily, if your hair's more drier than usual. You gotta do research, bro, to try to improve yourself. Instead of just being on the fucking game every night, eating Doritos and Cheetos and rubbing it off on fucking clothes, bro. That's the truth. So get to doing that. Third piece of advice would be to stop eating shit food. Stop eating junk food. I personally struggle with this a lot, but I know how to deal with it now. You know what I mean? You have to take accountability if you still do it, but if you're still eating shit food, bro, if you're eating McDonald's twice a week, 3 times a week, if you're drinking mad sodas, and you know in America, people love to use the Diet Coke thing. No one gives a fuck if it's diet, bro. It's still ass and it's still bad for you. And if the shoe fits, wear it. Stop drinking that bullshit, bro. Stop indulging in fast food every time you go out because you don't have no discipline. You can't discipline yourself to not eat foods. Yeah, people might be like, oh, you're mad picky. You're so picky. But who cares, bro? It's about your health. It's not about their health. Be picky if you need to be picky. It's about the stuff that you're putting in your body. Now, I'm not saying you can never eat fast food. That'd be ideal, but the truth is you could indulge once in a blue moon. But stop eating that shit food. You don't think eating processed food will give you a processed self-image? Think about it for a second, bro. The foods you'd want to be eating are red meat, chicken, rice, beans. Eat real foods, whole foods, bro. Now, everybody also loves to talk about the red meat myth. Red meat isn't bad for you. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a pussy. Eat red meat. Cholesterol is good for you. It builds testosterone. Processed foods will leave you looking like a dried out bitch, bro. On top of that, of being dried out, you're gonna become overweight if you're predisposed to already being overweight. If your family's overweight, you're gonna get there if you keep fucking around.
How did I go from this to this?
So that's something you gotta change as well, bro. Last but not least, I cannot stress this enough. I probably say this shit in every video. Stop watching porn, bro. Stop watching that shit. It's fucking up your mental, frying your dopamine levels, fucking up the way you look at women, fucking up relationships. You know what I mean? It's something that you need to stop doing. It's 2023. Grab your sack, hold it, and look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I continue to do this to myself? Why do I continue to jerk off? Go and get some real pussy, bro. Stop doing that shit, because whatever you do in the darkness, it's bound to come out in the light. That's it for today's video. If you rock with my content, bro, just follow me on the IG, and follow for more content like this, bro. We building a community out here. We're not fucking around.